Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. There are only a few days left before the trade deadline, but many things could happen in these days and the Lakers will look for improvements to the squad, and given this, 5 players are candidates to be traded. Lakers will sign new players and will trade 5 players. The February 6 NBA trade deadline is right around the corner, and Lakers fans have more expectations from their teams than almost any other fanbase in the league. With how well LeBron James and Anthony Davis have been playing, there is widespread consensus that the Lakers are only a move or two away from serious championship contention. The Lakers need more shooting, athleticism, and defense. While they are currently sitting in 5th place in the Western Conference, they haven't been able to put enough distance between themselves and the play-in race. With Anthony Davis set to miss time with his latest injury, the Lakers need to inject this team with more depth and talent at the trade deadline. To do so, they will need to part ways with a combination of the players below. Christian Wood. Another roster spot that the Lakers haven't gotten anything from is Christian Wood's. After inexplicably giving him a player option for the 2024-25 season, the Lakers are now stuck with Wood ahead of the trade deadline. Unsurprisingly, Wood failed to live up to the expectations last season, falling out of the rotation as the season progressed. As a result, he picked up his player option for $3 million for this season but hasn't seen the court yet. After having off-season knee injury, Wood suffered a setback in his recovery and it's not clear when he will return to action. Even if Wood were to return this season, how much he can contribute is up for debate. Wood was a poor defender before his injury, and with expected athletic regression, it's hard to imagine him being better on that end of the floor. Despite the fact that the Lakers desperately need more frontcourt depth, Wood is not the solution there. Obviously, interest in Wood will be minimal. His expiring contract will be the main appeal for any team acquiring him. If the Lakers can't find a new home for Wood, cutting him before the final stretch of the season is another option. Before it comes to that, however, GM Rob Pelinka will want to include him as part of any trade package for salary matching purposes. Jared Vanderbilt. The defensive specialist finally returned to action after a year away from the team. After off-season surgery and a setback in his recovery, Vanderbilt is back in the rotation and has looked good in his short stints. So far, he has played 42 total minutes in 3 games and already made a difference defensively, putting up a whopping 9 steals. Even when he was at his best, Vondo was a limited offensive player. It will take a while for him to make an impact on that end of the floor. For now, however, JJ Redick is more than happy to have some more defensive versatility and athleticism. While it's great to have Vanderbilt back, question marks around his injury and potential playoff feasibility remain. The Lakers are already a shooting-challenged team, and having Vondo next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis doesn't make things any easier. Plus, he makes $10.7 million this season and is under contract for 3 more seasons. His return right before the trade deadline is an excellent opportunity for the Lakers. By showing the league that Vondo is healthy and ready to contribute, they can increase his trade value and use his salary to acquire a more reliable impact player. Rui Hachimura. On paper, the Lakers still need Hachimura despite the addition of Dorian Finney-Smith. While the 2 players play a similar role, you can never have too many 3-and-D forwards in the NBA if you are hoping to compete for a championship. Hachimura isn't great at any one thing he does, but he has good size, can shoot, and does a fine job guarding multiple positions. At the same time, if the Lakers are aiming high at the trade deadline, Hachimura will presumably have to be included. The 26-year-old forward makes $17 million this season, making him a good option for salary matching purposes as the 3rd highest paid player on the team. Even though it's not the most team-friendly contract since he has guaranteed money for next season as well, Hachimura has the skill set that teams around the league value. There are likely teams in the NBA who won't treat his deal as a negative value. If the Lakers target a high-salaried player like De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, or Jeremy Grant, Los Angeles will more than likely send Hachimura going the other way. Jalen Hood-Schifino. The Lakers already turned down the third-year option on Jalen Hood-Schifino, further cementing his status as a major draft bust. Since being drafted with the number 17 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the combo guard has very sparsely played for the Lakers. He has appeared exclusively in the garbage time in 23 games while spending most of his time in South Bay in the G League. What hurts the most for Lakers fans is the fact that the three next selections after Hood-Schifino were Jamie Jaquez Jr., Brandon Podziemski, and Cam Whitmore, all players the Lakers would love to have as part of their rotation this season. Hood-Schifino will walk for nothing in the offseason, and he makes $3.8 million for this year. If the Lakers can get anyone who can be a part of that rotation using that salary slot, they should consider it. If there is any team interested in JHS, the Lakers will let him go, even if it's just for the additional roster spot. Gabe Vincent. After having a lost campaign in the 2023-24 season, Gabe Vincent is healthy and contributing to the Lakers. He has even started in 5 games this season as J.J. Redick was searching for more perimeter defense and intensity. While Vincent provides the Lakers with something they can't get from their other backcourt players with his defense, the 28-year-old guard has become too much of an offensive liability. His shooting woes that started last season have continued this season, as he has made 32% of his threes so far. Considering that he basically has no inside-the-arc game, this is a big problem for the Lakers. Vincent's averages of 4.9 points, 1.3 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 20 minutes per game on 50.4% true shooting leave plenty to be desired. He is not a good enough defender on the other end of the floor to justify his lack of offensive production. Vincent is under contract through the 2025-26 season, making $11 million per year. The Lakers are better off moving on from this salary by adding draft capital to it to upgrade the roster spot. Shake Milton stayed mentally prepared despite being out of rotation. Freestar. In addition to superstar big man Anthony Davis, the Los Angeles Lakers were also without rotation players Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith in their contest against the Washington Wizards. As such, head coach J.J. Redick chose to turn to Shake Milton for reserve guard minutes, and the midseason acquisition responded with his best game by far in a Lakers uniform. Milton knocked down 7 of 8 from the field to finish with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and 2 steals, making a major impact on both ends of the court in the Lakers' blowout win. The guard had barely seen rotation minutes since coming over from the Brooklyn Nets, but he was ready when Redick called his number. It can be difficult for a player to stay locked in and in a rhythm when he isn't seeing regular rotation minutes, but that wasn't the case for Milton. The Lakers guard pointed to the mental side, saying that being mentally prepared at all times allowed for him to be ready on this night, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. I think a lot of it is just mental. It's the mental game. I feel like that's when that comes into play, when you're just thrust into different situations or a different environment and you kind of have to move and run on the fly. Just taking the time to mentally prepare regardless of the rest you're seeing and staying locked in and staying in that mind frame. I think that helps a lot. In terms of his performance overall, Milton felt it was simply a matter of effort and having fun that allowed him to have such a great game. I think it was just more so effort. Just whatever happens, happens. Just go out there and know what the team is trying to accomplish, be smart and locked in on those type of things. Just get out there, play ball, have fun. Milton has certainly shown that he can make an impact for the Lakers off the bench if his number is called. Whether he will carve himself a spot in the rotation remains to be seen, especially once Vincent returns, but regardless, it is a positive to have a reliable guard to turn to at any moment if needed. JJ Redick says Lakers played angry versus Wizards. Shake Milton provided a huge boost for the Lakers, but it was truly a full team effort that led to their blowout victory over the Wizards. A big reason for the win was the edge that the team played with, something head coach JJ Redick asked for prior to the game. Redick felt the Lakers played angry and executed well from top to bottom. The Lakers coach added that they should be happy with the way they executed.